For the past 3 weeks, Israel has held back, engaged in endless negotiations with Hamas in trying to free more of our hostages from our Islamonazi enemy in Gaza. Despite having every reason to completely destroy this evil terror regime once and for all with force over these past 3 weeks. But now it looks like the time for holding back is over. Israel has returned to fighting and bombing in Gaza. And this time, let's hope that it's not just about temporary military action, but it's about ending once and for all the Islamonazi threat in Gaza. Thankfully, we today are living in a new world since we last were fighting in Gaza. The biggest shift in global support for Israel is coming from a Trump White House, as the White House spokeswoman made it crystal clear herself.
Well, the Trump administration and the White House were consulted by the Israelis on their attacks in Gaza tonight. And as President Trump has made it clear, Hamas, the Houthis, Iran, all those who seek to terrorize not just Israel, but also the United States of America will see a price to pay. All hell will break loose. And all of the terrorists in the Middle East, again, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, Iranian-backed terror proxies, and Iran themselves should take President Trump very seriously when he says he is not afraid to stand for law-abiding people. He is not afraid to stand up for the United States of America and our friend and our ally Israel.
Yes, we have total support for all hell to break loose against our Islamonazi enemy in Gaza. Let's be very clear about what this means. No more proportional military responses, no more American aid flowing into Gaza to rebuild Hamas like the Biden administration did. No more illusions that a two-state solution will bring peace to end this. Instead, Israel is finally being given the green light to do what we must do and should have done long ago under the Biden administration. Completely destroy the Islamonazi enemy in Gaza and eliminate Gaza as a terror state. And we're not just talking about military action. Trump's Gaza immigration plan is the only real solution to end this nightmare for good. Gaza will no longer be a launching pad for terror or a place to live for those who want to kill us. Instead, yes, Gaza will be returned to its rightful place as a natural part of the land of Israel. As I say, it's time that we make Gaza Jewish again. For years, we have been fighting this same cycle of war. Hamas attacks, Israel defends, and a counterattack. World pressures Israel to stop our attacks before we finish the job. Hamas survives, rearms, and starts the cycle all over again. This cycle ended on October 7th. Now, with Israel back on the offense with the Trump administration, we must finally finish the job. And that means total military destruction of our Islamonazi enemy in Gaza, hopefully with a full Air Force operation that destroys everything first from the air, including the terror tunnels with buster bombing bombs, before we then send in the ground troops and make them go house to house. Zero rebuilding of Gaza for Arab self-rule, not under Hamas, not Palestinian Authority, not Saudi Arabia, and not even the UAE, because the Islamo-Nazis will always find a way to return and take over power. Then there's mass immigration of the hostile Gazan population that celebrates our mass murder, and reclaiming Gaza as a part of Israel, ensuring it never again becomes a terrorist state. Ever again. The world might scream, the globalists will panic, the human rights organizations that never spoke up for the Jewish victims of our Islamo-Nazi enemy on October 7th will launch their usual anti-Semitic propaganda against us. The leftist Israelis, Jews will also go crazy. But Israel cannot afford to stop this time. We are not just fighting for Israel. We are leading the way in a global war against Islamo-Nazi evil that right now is also massacring whole families and communities of Alawites and Christians in Syria to the silence of the Western world. This is the reality of our Sunni and Shia Islamo-Nazi enemies who surround us here in the Middle East that we can never ignore again. In Gaza, Israel withdrew from Gaza in 2005 in a disastrous decision that directly led to Hamas taking over and turning Gaza into an Iranian, Qatari, Muslim Brotherhood-supported terror base. Now we have a historic opportunity to reverse that fatal mistake. The world may not want to admit it, but the reality is clear. Gaza is part of Israel. It has always been a part of Israel. Just as chief rabbi of Gaza City in the 17th century, Rabbi Yehuda Najara, wrote the famous Shabbat song, Curry Bones, sung by Jews all over the world, we will be back singing that song in Jewish Gaza. And with the Jewish people standing strong and with the support of a Trump administration in the United States of America that understands that only real peace comes through victory over an evil enemy, we can finally eradicate our Islamonazi enemy, remove those who seek our destruction, and restore Gaza to the Jewish homeland. And then we will have to do all of that also in Judea and Samaria. This is not just another phase in this war. This is the beginning of a permanent solution, one that ensures that never again will Gaza be a base for terror, and then Judea and Samaria never a base for terror, and then northern Israel, southern Lebanon, southern Syria. But instead, this is about a secure and thriving parts of Israel. This is the moment we've been waiting for decades, and now we must see it through. This is the beginning of a process, and it's a process connected to a global strategy where Netanyahu and Trump are working hand in hand to really change the Middle East to be a safer place, and not just safer to protect our lives, and a safer place where Israel will be a regional power to protect the lives of minorities also threatened by the evil Islamonazi Sunni and Shia world, but safer so that trade for America to the Far East can be safe in order to battle the commerce war against China. There is a much bigger strategy unfolding, so things are going to take time. Won't necessarily go as quickly as we want, but understand the trajectory is great. The direction is good. We, the Jewish people in the land of Israel, we are standing up as the proud Jews we are supposed to be in a strong and hopefully bigger Jewish ancestral homeland of Israel. Because again, the biblical borders of Israel are much bigger than what the modern Jewish state of Israel today. And reality is forcing us to reclaim and liberate all those areas little by little. But the process has begun. So that's for today's Pulse of Israel. If you're not yet a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Only at the Pulse of Israel do you get a daily dose of belief-based, inspiring, politically incorrect truth about Israel, the Jewish people, and the freedom-loving world. And yes, we are a donor-based operation. We need your support, donations large and small, to assist us in getting our work done and making sure more people see these videos, because we're heavily censored across social media. So every once in a while, go to pulseofisrael.com and click on the donate button. Shalom, everyone, and thanks for watching.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.